You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And it's your boy, Nathan.
Today, Andor.
Dude, what can I say, man?
What can I say except it looks amazing?
Except this, bro. I'll hit you just off the bat. We're going to start the pod with this. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I think, judging from this trailer alone, not only will it be the best season of a Disney Plus Star Wars show, but it's also the most hyped I've been about a Star Wars project.
Right. And it's
since
crazy.
Possibly Rise of Skywalker. And that's just due solely...
Clone Wars Season 7, though?
Besides Clone Wars Season 7, I forgot about that. But, like... You go ahead, sorry.
Dude, yeah, no, I agree. Because it's crazy. Because if you flash back a couple months ago, right? We didn't really care about the show, period. Like, not many people did.
No interest.
We didn't ask for it. We didn't, it was like, I don't know.
Well, we brushed it off multiple times in our episodes.
Definitely brushed it off. And then now, after that trailer, I was so visually stunned.
Exactly.
I was like overstimulated, like how crazy it looks.
It looks like it has the budget of a freaking movie.
I'm like, why didn't freaking Obi-Wan get that budget?
And that's another point I wanted to make. Why didn't it?
I know.
When you're talking about fan-favorite characters, like Boba Fett, like Obi-Wan, how come they didn't get treated with that same level of respect,
exactly,
man?
I know. Which
they would have benefited so much from that.
Well, I know Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan were all filmed like on
they had the
sets.
they had the same exact green screen.
Right.
That's what they all feel the same. If you took one episode from each and put them together, they just looked visually the same. And that's what they got boring after a while.
On Andor, it is all filmed on location. It's all like genuine, like all the mountains and looks is real. The trees.
Like, why would it? Well, that's because they're finally off a freaking desert world, dude. We're not just stuck on one planet, you know? We're moving around finally. It's Star Wars.
And this show, like, I'm shocked by this trailer because I watched this trailer thinking, okay, it looked like, from the original teaser it looked interesting. I was like, okay, it'll probably be pretty decent. This trailer blew my socks off.
I know.
Like, that was one of the best Star Wars trailers I've seen.
Yeah, just period.
It was amazing.
Period. It really gave me, Wakanda Forever vibes.
It did, exactly.
Just with the cinematography.
I'm like,
it was
holy
gorgeous.
crap, Disney, you're about to come back up from my scale.
I know. Star Wars is about to start climbing back up.
Yeah, Marvel and Star Wars.
I just got goosebumps, dude.
It's crazy how good that trailer was because, like, the visual effects were amazing. CGI looks so realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's about a character that not a huge, like, it's not that big of a deal or a character.
Yeah.
But, like, it looks so amazing.
And I'm really excited to do that. Like, the Star Wars needs to do a better job of giving us new characters. For so long they've relied on these, Skywalker characters, which are amazing, have carried the franchise, but you got to branch out at some point. And the way they're doing it looks amazing. And like I said, it only just makes me mad we haven't seen it done before.
I know. And I also think it's definitely going to benefit from the fact it's going to be for sure 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Which is the longest to date Disney Plus series. I think it'll benefit wholeheartedly, and I hope Disney and Marvel, or Star Wars and Marvel, take notes, or Disney as a whole take notes and realizes that's the formula
they have to
use.
Listen, they're gonna see this 12, and then that makes me more excited for Daredevil coming up and other Disney Plus shows coming up. They have more than just,
and She-Hulk's having 9.
6. Yeah,
She-Hulk's having 9. So,
but 12 episodes of this, dude, it looks like a well-developed story, just judging from the trailer alone.
And I'm so glad that they pushed the release date back, and I'll tell you that why is because when it was initially supposed to release, it and She-Hulk would be crossing paths, similar to what Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel did, which definitely hurt Miss Marvel for sure.
Yeah.
And this time they both have space to grow. Definitely smart. And that way we don't have to do 2 things at a time for us personally.
Yeah.
But also,
nice.
How we get to space it out and just enjoy one thing at a time is also very nice. I know. And the fact that this looks so amazing, and starting off, September 21st, we're getting 3 episodes. I'm so excited, and more excited than I've been for a Star Wars series in a long time. And it blows my mind that it was just because of this trailer.
I know. I really have a hard time believing the words I'm saying because
I know
I've been so critical of Star Wars. I mean, the content they've been producing recently is just so mid, and to just see a project like this is it's a breath of fresh air.
It is.
Like, honestly,
it is. I wonder if we're gonna get some lightsabers in this show or not. I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be cool.
We'll see. But first off, I gotta talk about a character I didn't know was supposed to be in the show, or specifically an actor, is Stellan Skarsgård.
Dude,
Right?
Eric Selvig, bro.
Eric Selvig
He's
is
crossing over
in this show, and he looks cool in this show.
He
Like
does.
he seems like an intriguing character, and I'm excited to visit him and learn about him.
I think he's a good guy, right? At least
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like he's one an anti-hero, someone who fights between good and bad.
Yeah.
And goes back and forth. But that was cool as well.
He seemed to have a really intriguing role.
He does. He seems like have a big role because we see a lot of his backstory as well. So he seems to have a pretty big role. And obviously, of course, we have Diego Luna. Is that correct?
Diego Luna,
who's playing Cassian Andor, and he seems great. I
great.
loved that we're getting his origin, and as well as him infiltrating the Empire and how he got in that situation, and how making fun of the Empire and basically calling them fat pigs, and then saying how they were awful.
Yeah.
And how, but he infiltrated them,
Mm.
and that spoke to me. And then, of course, seeing the Coruscant Senate was awesome again, seeing that in full spread.
That was crazy.
Because we haven't seen Coruscant in this capacity after the Rise of the Empire before. So we've never seen that outside of Revenge of the Sith. So it's really cool to see that again.
There's just multiple avenues that this show is going. My buddy Corey, he texted me about it, and he says not only is it tackling just the politics of the Empire with the Senate, but it's also kind of serving as a spy / action movie,
right?
While looking visually stunning.
Right,
so I was like, wow,
right.
that's a pretty good summary.
And that sounds very good.
That sounds so good.
So I'm thinking this may be one of Star Wars' best. So I mean, I'm so excited for that.
I think,
and to see that.
Yeah, I definitely think it would be the best season. I think obviously, judging from the trailer,
obviously
renewed.
Mandalorian is very popular and very good. So we'll see what happens with that.
I want to see Mando with that kind of budget.
I would love
that kind of filming. Because like I said, the first 2 seasons of Mando were filmed on that same set, that same location.
I want the Andor budget for Mandalorian. That would be great. But and who knows with the being on Mandalore with season 3 we might get that. But with Andor, man, it's just crazy how how good this might be, and who knows, it might not be good. But I don't know.
Yeah, we're just hyping it up, and it's terrible.
I know.
Well,
you never know.
Classic.
I mean, betrayed us, Star Wars.
Betrayed us again.
But I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be great, and I'm excited to explore this. But do you think in this show, besides, we're getting a few cameos. We are, but major cameos. Do you think we're going to get anything? Maybe Emperor Palpatine?
Yeah. Ooh, I think Emperor Palpatine would fit along these lines, right? Isn't it a couple years before Rogue One, right?
I just had a good idea in my mind. What if we get
Thrawn?
That was the You read my mind. Yeah. Thrawn. What if we get Thrawn?
I feel that'd be a really good introduction too.
Right. But
to be honest,
it would have to have taken place 15. It would have to take place at least 5 to 3 years prior to Rogue One because Thrawn disappeared at the end of Rebels season 4. So, with that being said, it would have to take place before that happened. But how cool would it be to get the live action Grand Admiral Thrawn? He's one of the best villains in Star Wars.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be? Oh man, I
think that'd be great.
I'm getting chill bumps thinking about
it. And I definitely think if we did get cameos, they would almost be predominantly be on the dark side due to it's a classic origin story.
Sure.
It's the one dude versus an entire galaxy.
Yeah, and I love that. Team. I love how we're getting more of the Empire and more of that age, and then of course bringing in the Age of Rebellion and showing how rebellion started in the Empire Rebellion, the political aspects of that. That's amazing.
The political aspect is probably the part I'm most excited for, dude. Right. I want to see what happens in the Senate. I want to see how people. I want to see freaking assassinations.
I want to see reception of the Empire. I want to see reception of rebellion. I want to see all of this stuff happen that we've not gotten before, and this show will hopefully give us. And I'm excited also to see. Speaking of cameos, Mon Mothma have a pretty big role in this, because obviously she was one of the big leaders of the rebellion and started it, and she was also in the Imperial Senate.
Yeah.
And to see her, and she visually says in this trailer, they despised me, and I want to see how they despise her and why and what she does for the rebellion.
They're going to take her out. Watch.
Well, they can't. She lives through it.
They're going to try to take her out.
They're going to try to take her out, but she can't die.
I want to see stuff like that, man.
Dude, yeah.
That's intriguing because it doesn't feel like a Star Wars project. It doesn't feel like it's limited by a budget or by the writing. It looks like a giant open world with a whole new plot, and I'm excited.
I'm excited for that, and it's also crazy because this show's probably not going to have lightsabers in it, and to have a show like that without lightsabers, the benefit of lightsabers because they benefit a lot, and not have that is going to be crazy.
Make money.
I mean, I hope we get a little lightsaber action, but I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited nonetheless for the show in itself, even if it doesn't have lightsabers in it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But I'm excited for that. Also, we have to talk about another cameo that we got, which is super cool as well to see him back. and that being Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera. Is this the first time? It's not the first time we've seen him in live action.
No, he was in Rogue One.
He was in Rogue One.
He was in
and then
Rogue
we
One.
saw him in
He's
Bad
in
Batch.
Clone Wars. He's in
Right.
Bad Batch. And he is also in Rebels. So.
I saw him, and I totally forgot his name, but I wonder what kind of role he'll play.
Well, obviously, his whole drive, Saw Gerrera, is very ruthless. He's against the Empire 100%, but he's ruthless. He's not afraid to kill anyone, right? He'll kill him. He will go full hard for his beliefs. And to see that, and of course, to see Stellan Skarsgård's character interact with him and be like, this is wrong, but he's like, this is war. That's cool, man. How cool is that?
Well, then you'd have maybe two potentially good guys warring against each other.
Saw Gerrera is definitely an anti-hero.
On the heirs. I don't know. Do you think we could see any type of maybe mentorship? Kind of like a twisted guy with maybe good intentions, trying to teach Andor a thing or two. I think that
so.
might be an interesting concept to explore. Teaching him hey,
right.
you're fighting the freaking Empire. You can't be I can't kill anybody. You have to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, you definitely do. So I'm excited to see that and see those interactions between them and see his backstory come and see what comes from Andor as well. So my question is for you, who do you think could possibly, obviously the Empire's the overarching villain, right? That's obvious. But who's going to be the villain per se for this show?
Dude,
we see that Empire girl who has an amazing line in the trailer. It actually was super intimidating. I was shocked because usually when you have a villain like that, you're like, I don't know about that. But she was intimidating. Yeah. So I wonder if it might be her or she'll be in it or who would it be?
I definitely think if it was someone in the trailer, it definitely would be here. And hear me out. I do think that this show would benefit from creating a character to be the main villain, as they've done with Andor. I feel like it becomes dangerous when you make your main villain just a character you've relied on for a period of time. I think if you get someone brand new, not like a Reva case, because she was written terribly, but an actual genuine, strong, independent, and intimidating female role in the freaking Empire, I think that would.
And from the trailer, she was intimidating. I was genuinely was. So
maybe her, maybe hints of Thrawn in the background. But if it focused primarily on her, I wouldn't be mad because at the same time, it's not going to be the majority about her. It's going to be the stormtroopers. the Senate, the entire Empire as a whole.
Maybe Grand Moff Tarkin or something like that appear in certain capacity. So we'll see. Moff Gideon, I mean, he would be younger, so maybe he could appear
as a stormtrooper.
I don't know. But that would also be intriguing. And Thrawn, I feel like, I don't know, maybe we'll get a reference to him or mentioned. That would be cool enough for me. I would love another mention because, of course, we got a mention of him in The Mandalorian Season 2 in the Ahsoka episode.
Yeah.
But we obviously know that the main plot of the Ahsoka show is going to be about finding Thrawn and Ezra. So I don't know if they're going to do Thrawn here in this capacity or not, but still a reference or talking about would be cool and good enough for me as well. But I'm excited for that none the least. But so far, again, this trailer really blew my socks off. Yeah. I'm very much anticipating the show now. I wasn't before, but I am now.
Yeah. So we got to talk about what we think the format is going to be then. I mean, if it's 12 episodes and 3, for the premiere, are they just going to keep that one a week for 9 weeks?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think if they're going to do 3 a week or if they're going to do 2 a week or what. But it has been confirmed. It's not been confirmed, but it's rumored. She-Hulk obviously is 9 episodes, but it's rumored that there'll be 2 episodes released a week and then 1 episode for the finale release. Yeah. So I'm wondering.
I could see two or 3. I mean, if they did 3 a week for Andor, that'd just be 4 weeks, honestly.
Right. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm excited nonetheless. It looks like a visually stunning, amazing show. Obviously it might disappoint, I don't know, but from the trailer, usually trailers speak a lot of words about the movie, and this trailer spoke to me, so
facts.
It did. So I'm excited for this show, so hopefully it's good.
I agree. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. We can see y'all's support, and we just want to thank y'all. So thank you for the listens. Thank you for the downloads. We don't take it for granted. So thank y'all for being a captive and listening audience.
Yeah. That would be great.
Heroes in the Moment is available on all major podcast platforms. So if you haven't checked out any of our previous content, go ahead, check that out. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We got all of our Marvel, all of our Star Wars, all our DC stuff up. We got DC League of Super Pets up, and then our third part of our latest superhero news up right now.
Yeah, and that's super exciting.
Check that out, and it's hype.
Yeah.
As far as our next episode goes, I assume nothing else comes out. It'll just be the next installment of
latest
superhero news.
Yep. So we just want to thank y'all for listening. And as always, we love you 3000.